Hello, horror fans, and welcome back to Jay vs. Horror. I'm Jay Wall, guys, and it's Monday. It's dreary, it's wet, it's dark, it's damp, but it's also time for another episode of 5 free films. This week, we're doing 5 totally underrated 80s slashers you can watch for free. That's right, guys. I'm going to give you all 5 movies. I will give you the links to the films in the description. All you have to do is scroll down, look in the description, click the link. You're right there. You can watch the movie anytime you want. We're also going to talk about each film a little bit and show you the trailer so you can decide for yourself. Now, before we get started, guys, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you don't like the video, you don't have to like the video, but go ahead and hit subscribe because you might like the next one. And every Monday, we are giving you 5 free movies that you can watch anytime, totally free and totally legal. So let's get started with our 5 picks from this week with number 5, Madman. Originally titled Madman, The Legend Lives, it's a 1982 American slasher film written and directed by Joe Giannone and starring Galen Ross and Paul Ehlers. The plot focuses on an axe-wielding murderer named Madman Mars, who, after accidentally being summoned by a group of campers during a campfire tale, begins to stalk and murder the young adults. Madman is one of many American slashers inspired by the legendary tale of the New York State killer simply known as Cropsey. When it comes to slashers, this schlocky little film checks off everything on the list. Let's take a look at the trailer for Madman.
Many strange things happen around here. He was a farmer, wife and 2 children. We used to live in that old house behind those trees. For no apparent reason, we'd stark, raving mad. He walked into his bedroom. The bodies of his wife and children have never been found. And if he hears you call his name, he'll come for you.
Come and get us, Madman!
At number 4, we have Slaughter High from 1986. It's a slasher film written and directed by George Dugdale, Mark Ezra, and Peter Litton. It's an international co-production between the United States and the United Kingdom, and the film stars Caroline Munro, Simon Scudamore, Carmine Lanconi, Donna Yeager, and Sally Cross. The film's plot follows a group of adults responsible for a prank gone wrong on April Fool's Day many years ago. They are invited to a reunion at their now defunct high school where a masked killer awaits inside. Guys, this is nothing that we have not seen before. The old classic setup of a prank gone wrong and a nerd out for revenge. Don't get revenge on me, nerd, to steal a line from the great Steve Carell. Let's take a look at the trailer for one of my favorites growing up, Slaughter High.
I can't go in there.
Come on now, Loverboy's not frightened, is he? I'm sorry, Marty. We didn't mean to.
Now listen, kid, it's a big break for you.
I'd rather go to my crummy class reunion than do that picture.
Reminds me of prom night.
hadn't taken Marty into the showers, none of this would have happened.
There's gotta be a way out.
Hey, Bravo! Doesn't go back!
What are you trying to do, kill us?
At number 3, we have Absurd, also known as Rosso Sangue, literal translation being red blood, also known as Anthropophagus 2, Zombie 6 Monster Hunter, Horrible, and The Grim Reaper Part 2. It's a 1981 Panamanian Italian slasher film directed, lensed, and co-produced by the great Joe D'Amato and stars Big George Eastman as a unstoppable killer on the loose in what's supposed to be a quaint American town. Now, Big George Eastman and Joe D'Amato had previously teamed up on some other films, most notably Anthropophagus 1, which found its way onto the ban list due to one infamous scene where a cannibal attacks a pregnant woman. Attempting to capitalize on the success and excitement surrounding that film, D'Amato decided to do Anthropophagus 2. Eastman agreed to come back on board and play the killer, but only if they did something different. He asked D'Amato to let him rewrite the entire script, and Joe did. And what he came up with was something he called a great thriller. You know, the kind the Americans make, like Halloween. And that's exactly what we got with Absurd, a story about a crazed, regenerating killer being chased by a priest who knows all about him through a small American town on Super Bowl Sunday. This film has some great gore shots in it, guys, as all D'Amato films do. It also has some unintentional humor as we see these foreigners try to replicate the American way of life. One of my all-time favorite Halloween ripoffs. Let's take a look at the trailer for Absurd. At number 2, we have The Final Terror. It's a 1983 American slasher film directed by Andrew Davis, starring Rachel Ward, Daryl Hannah, Adrian Zamed, and even Joe Pantoliano. It blends elements of the survival thriller and the slasher film. The story follows a group of campers in the Northern California wilderness who are forced to fight for their lives against a backwoods feral killer hunting them as prey. The movie was released internationally under the alternative titles Carnivore and Campsite Massacre. Guys, this is one of the most underrated of the early 80s slashers out there. Let's take a look at the trailer for The Final Terror.
All I can tell you is it's wild, it's practically untouched, and you're gonna love it. It's really beautiful.
There is nothing to be afraid of.
They wouldn't have left us up here all night if there wasn't something wrong.
Your friends aren't really missing. They're not really dead. This is just some kind of joke.
What the hell was that?
That thing that's out there, whatever it is, can't be real. It's just your imagination.
I swear I'm not dreaming! I'm not dreaming!
Or maybe, just this once, you're dead wrong.
Once upon a time.
The legend is told in whispers, an unholy tale of an unknown force, alien to this world.
You don't know what you're dealing with, lady.
Without knowing, they have awakened a terrifying evil.
We want to get out of here!
Alone and unprotected, now comes the naked horror. The Final Terror.
At number 1, our final pick for this week is 1987 Stagefright. It's an Italian slasher film directed by Michele Soavi and starring Barbara Capusti, David Brandon, and the wonderful Giovanni Lombardo Radici. The plot tells about a group of stage actors and crew who lock themselves inside a theater for an all-important rehearsal of their musical production. However, the actors are unaware that an escaped psychotic mental patient is trapped inside with them. A film done with great style and flair, and of course, who could forget that owl head's mask? Let's take a look at the trailer for 1987's Stagefright.
Maniac is hiding in here.
You've gone out of your mind. One, kill her! Kill her!
So what are we gonna do now?
We've got to find the key.
Alright, you horror hounds, that's 5 totally underrated 80s slasher films you can watch for free anytime you want, day or night during this spooky season. Guys, it's been fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will talk to you the next time we've got something we're talking about. Bye.